All right, we back, and we just saw The Boy and the Heron. Thoughts?
It was good. That I feel like the beginning with the fire was like the best part of the whole fucking movie. Like the opening thing where it's all like fucking like tripping. You know, he's like running towards the fire. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
That was like peak. It honestly peaked right in the beginning, and it was like crazy. I feel like nothing ever was like quite that crazy, you know. But it was okay though.
Yeah, the design was really cool. I like that, especially in the beginning, like you were saying. But I thought it was pretty good. Definitely interesting and, you know, out of the box.
Yeah, I wish that they made the Heron more of a heron instead of Wario or whatever.
Yeah,
that was weird.
It was just, like, straight up.
Even if you still just was a talking bird with teeth, I feel like that was cool when it was.
Yeah, I like the Heron when it was just a bird, and it just got kind of weird.
It's the fat man.
Yeah, the little tiny thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I felt a lot of the movie just started to get kind of weird. It was good, but
Yeah, it was definitely
weird.
weird, but
I've only seen a couple of the Studio Ghibli movies, like Spirited Away and The Neighbor Totoro or whatever. And I feel like this is the only one of the ones I can think of where it's like, it's unambiguous that, okay, it's not like an imagination thing. This is this is actually happening.
It kind of an imagination thing?
Yeah.
It's like he is crossing over into the fucking Wonderland, and the door is right there and shit. And there's no ambiguity about it. Like, this
But
is
I
real
think
And
there
the
was
grandmother, too.
ambiguity
I
about
guess,
it though.
Yeah, that's fair.
There was, you really didn't know. Like even when the birds would come through that thing, they would just turn into normal birds.
Yeah, but the
that's
dad
true.
was seeing him, and he was like tripping out and shit.
Yeah,
He was
everyone
like,
was seeing him.
he was like, oh, you know, look, you see them? Oh, they turned into a parakeet. Fucking parakeets, by the way. The people who made this hate parakeets, I guess.
Yeah.
Although they were cute, even though they were like the evil parakeets and shit.
But they weren't even really evil. They were like working for Granduncle, I thought.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
but they were
that's
still like they were gonna eat them. You know,
Oh yeah, they were gonna eat them at one
Yeah, the
point. I
dad was
forgot
gonna-
about that.
They were gonna backstab him.
Yeah, that was like freaky as shit. Like them, like with all the knives and stuff, like breathing. Right, that was like some freaky. That's some nightmare shit.
Yeah, I
You know
didn't
what mean?
expect that at all. In fact, I never understood Granduncle. Was he from like
I
he
don't know
found
what
a
his
rock from
fucking deal
space?
was.
Yeah, I
and
guess
so
so.
he had
Yeah.
magical
They were, like,
powers throughout the
explaining it and
ages.
shit, and, like,
guess
I
so.
was like, I guess like why like the kid went through all the fucking shit, and then he said, oh, these are tombstones, not like whatever, and then he said, oh, you correct, and then he just went back to the beginning. It's like, why, like was he being tested? I don't know. I feel like I was
It seemed like
confused by
that
some
was the
stuff.
test, but then he ended up not like getting it.
Yeah, but at the end, he did not become the successor. Is how I took that.
No,
Yeah, so
he,
the whole
like,
thing just
fucked up for
blows
some
up and it's
reason.
all okay.
Now the world is shitty again.
Yeah, like what even happened? Like what happened to all the other worlds he was talking about building
Yeah.
and all this other stuff?
Yeah, well, he missed the time.
But yeah, I
Is how their house like fell.
Yeah, they just everything collapses. It's over. It's like
Yeah.
what?
You can't rebuild it. Your time's up.
yeah, the multiverse, like the place is gone. Everyone's
And that
exited.
rock blew up, so
Yeah.
that gave all the power. So
Yeah,
Oh, what happened to the rock?
that
It,
blew
like,
up.
blew up or
At the
whatever.
end, it wasn't the granddad. Like this is like what gives me all the power.
Yeah, he's like, run.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
that's what the whole
It was like all
earth
like blown
started
up. It
collapsing.
was like the parakeet king like slashed the fucking table and broke all the
Oh,
bars.
bet. Yeah,
so the
during
parakeet
the-
is
yeah,
evil.
yeah,
He's the
yeah.
one that fucked up everything. And
Oh,
he was,
yeah,
the parakeet
crazy.
was gonna backstab
talking about the king?
Granddad. Yeah, the
Yeah,
king.
the king. He was
He
wild.
was gonna backstab him, so I guess he kind of did.
He was wild. I couldn't even rock with him. He was just all sneaking around in every scene. I'm like, bro.
That kid
Whoa.
fucking smashing himself with the rock and the blood like pouring
Yeah,
out.
like,
But
what
Well,
the
that's
fucking
why I thought
sicko.
maybe it was a little bit of a
Yeah,
hallucination because
like-
he did bust his own head open with a rock. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like, okay, the little dolls, they're all standing by his bed waiting for him to wake up, and then no, they're all hunting for him and shit. And like, oh shit,
Yeah.
the father is fucking strapped up and is like chasing after
yeah,
him.
he was
It's
about it. He's like, yo, my son's missing. I'm going.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no second thoughts. He's like, grabbing a sword and being like, I'm gonna hunt the monsters and shit.
That's
And
good though.
Yeah.
That made me happy though. With the dad actually.
Yeah, he
I
was
feel like
ready.
it's honestly the movie like subverted a lot of what I would have expected. It still did the whole like Studio Ghibli trippy,
Yeah,
cute,
it did. It
fucking
did.
Yeah,
weird
it
old
did.
people. And I'll check all the boxes,
Weird
but
old
like,
And the little like bubbly things that
Yeah, it
flew.
had the-
Oh,
but that was
yeah.
random.
It was like the pelicans that carry the babies, then like, you know what I mean?
Oh, now I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get that at all. No,
I was like, this
like,
is
what are
kind of
these
dumb because I just didn't understand what they're trying to say.
man.
Like they were in hell or purgatory or like, I just didn't really.
It's all this like fucking
that I
the
didn't
kid's
catch
stress
that,
stream about
no.
the new kid coming in or some shit.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Well, it was also like
But
so he can accept the new mom.
the new
or
mom
something.
and the new baby and the
And
death of his mother. It was
and
like
the
he was
old
trying to
lady-
cope with all these
when they
things.
said, "Oh yeah, the mom disappeared when she was a kid, and she came out like a year later smiling," and okay, so this is her coming out smiling.
yeah, that was her like
Yeah.
experience was at the same time as his.
Yeah.
That was cool, I guess, but it just was all really
I wish
wild.
they did more with that. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like that could have been some real shit that they
Yeah.
could have like sank their teeth into. But I feel like this is just sort of like a trippy ass, dreamy movie.
Well, yep.
Yeah, very
It was cool. I
trippy.
liked it a lot, honestly. I don't know what I'd rate it.
So
I mean,
who was
I don't know,
who
it was
was
a
the fish lady?
The fish lady.
that was
Yeah,
the old
who
lady.
was-
I
they
think,
never- that
I
was
think
the old
that
lady?
was the old
Okay,
lady. I
that was
think.
Wait,
the old
who was
lady.
teaching him how to cut
That
through
was
the
Yeah.
fish?
the old lady.
Who, for
Okay.
whatever reason, was like however old she was when the mom was
Oh, man, I didn't put that together.
Did she say that
Okay.
she also got lost in it or
a
something?
kid. No, she didn't. But then maybe she forgot or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
maybe,
the
'cause it
parent
did
was like,
say-
"Oh, you're gonna forget."
Yeah, that's
or whatever.
true.
But she went
Shit.
through the door with her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seemed like everybody had to like protect her or something
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
so
or they're
maybe
like
that
all
they
going out
went
to their own
together.
right times or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I did not put that together at all.
No.
Yeah, that was some crazy shit. I expected. So when they, I guess the pelican, he kind of guided them or whatever. I don't know. I expected. I don't know. I mean, like
But
I
they
said,
became friends by then.
it was like
Yeah,
constantly
he was, like, originally
subverting
gonna,
whatever I
kill him
thought was
and
gonna
stuff,
happen
but-
and shit.
Same.
It was like,
he's the enemy, then he's the friend, then he's the
Yeah,
enemy,
it
then
was
he's the
kinda
friend.
like
Then it was
not
kind of like
really,
hanging
yeah.
around for a while.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
do we gotta
Yeah.
press this button by the
Yeah.
way? I feel like it's like never gonna go. Yeah, it's like okay, like they're gonna go on a whole quest with all these different locations, and that didn't happen. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's cool that they have a formula and they're not, and like they know it well enough that they can kind of fuck with it and make it so it still aligns with the formula, but also it's like kind of different.
Yeah. They did make something different this time.
Animation was
Yeah.
fucking
On point, whole
oh my
time.
god, that was an amazing looking movie, and the sound was awesome too. Like it really, seeing that shit in IMAX, honestly more for the sound than anything else. I mean the visuals were nuts, but like just that huge theater experience just to see that fucking movie was amazing. So yeah. Oh man, I don't know. What did you think? What?
I like that. I thought the animation was on point. Okay, unpopular opinions, I guess. Yeah, they were dragging on some of those scenes a little bit long for
Yeah.
me. I mean, I liked the movie,
That could've
and I
been
thought
an hour
it
and a half.
felt like it was
would've
longer
an
than
hour.
2 hours. Like it was,
Yeah.
it had a lot of beats that were getting crammed in there, and I do like when that happens, but it was starting to feel long, and it could have been way shorter than that. I don't know what they could have cut, but there was a whole lot of that was just like, let's just pause on a scene. I get it
Yeah.
for dramatic effect and everything,
Yeah.
but
They could have cut the whole thing about his dad just being rich for whatever reason. I mean, a lot of stuff with him, with just them at home, they could have like cut.
Yeah.
at the beginning,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Because I was like, this is dragging. It started to pick up, but
Yeah.
it got back to the drag a little bit in there with like mom, and she's like getting kidnapped by the
Yeah.
parakeets,
Oh,
and then I'm like,
why
why
does-
are they kidnapping her if this is grand uncle's like crib? Like,
What's up with the
And did she
stepmom
have the
going like, I
baby?
hate you and shit
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
whatever. You know, and then all the papers flying in their face and shit, and she's
I
like,
think they was all really going through something. Like that was her emotions riding
Yeah.
high. She was supposed to go into the birthing room. It was, you know,
Right.
Yeah,
it's
and he
Right.
fucked up. And
Yeah.
Whatever they said it was.
yeah. So I thought there was gonna be like, oh, they're trying to steal the baby because it's in the weird dream world or something, so they want to.
yeah, there was
keep
no
the
stakes
kid.
at all. No stakes.
It was like,
Yeah.
you know, like some
just pure
yeah.
hallucination.
It was just yeah.
Or
literally
alien magic or
some
something.
trippy ass
Yeah.
shit. I mean, it's yeah.
Granduncle was looking real crazy with
He
the
was
hair.
Like
Yeah.
Einstein. I was like Einstein.
Yeah, that was some fucking nuts shit there,
Granddad.
man.
It
It
was
was like,
super random. I'm like, oh, what is this guy's
I wonder if like the
purpose?
head scar on the kid was just like, so they want to do a period piece. I also want to give him like a modern haircut too, where he has like the
Bro,
fucking
I
undercut.
swear I
Yeah,
couldn't
you know,
figure
so
So
out.
it's like just sort of like trying to like have their cake and eat it too, whatever. Just with the style.
I think it was because he was tripping. That they're trying to
Yeah.
illustrate, yeah, my guy's tripping a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
who does that? The
Yeah.
blood is just dripping down his face. I'm like,
But he's a psycho too. Why did he even do that? Did he try to like get?
I don't
but he
know.
didn't
I
even
feel like
rat
because
on
he
the
was
kid.
trying to like get
pent
out
up
of school,
aggression.
I
It was a
think,
lot of stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Like he was just like
Yeah.
being
Yeah, I thought that was one of
unhappy
them.
and shit, so he
Yeah, he
wanted
wanted to go
I feel
back
like they
home,
kind of
maybe.
just like skimmed over some of that stuff. I feel like, I mean, the whole movie is more about just like the trippy journey than like whatever the fuck. I mean,
it was like I feel like him dealing with his depression and shit because his mom died and his dad dad was remarrying and she was already pregnant with a new kid.
Yeah.
And he's at the school getting beat up and shit. Like everything was going wrong.
Yeah. Oh, and then in the beginning too, where the Heron was like, "Oh, your mom's needs help." That was actually the stepmom.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
right?
oh, you'll come to accept her as your mom.
Yeah.
Wait.
How, like, remember when he first met the Heron and was like,
he was
"Come here, we're summoning you because your mom needs help or something," and that was the actual stepmom that he was talking about. Right?
Oh,
I was thinking in the delivery scene because he was like, "Oh, mom," and I was like, "Okay, that's like he's there to save."
We're talking about the beginning when the Heron or whatever is coming through. Okay.
Yeah. And it was kind of summoning him to help.
Yes,
I
got you.
The weird time and stuff. Anyway, where it's all.
Got you. Okay, that actually adds too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's gonna be like a lot of shit like that where it's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, this is what it meant.
This is that.
Okay. I'm starting to like this movie a little bit more, actually.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, I didn't think about the stork at all.
Yeah. It was those three themes, though. Like, he's dealing with the death of his mom, and, like, that was how everything was weaved together. The more I think about it, it's like, okay, this is actually crafted well.
I mean, I feel like just purely from a technical level, I feel like that, and which is the main thing. I feel like they know people are going there just for like the vibes and like the trippy animation and the
what if we actually wrote a story?
Yeah. I mean, and that's all like extra layers.
Yeah, the Japanese people be getting it in though.
Yeah.
So what was it? I mean, just about him, just like
dealing with this shit.
Just dealing with this shit.
Lots.
Lots of it. Stepmom didn't really have too much. I feel like she was just kind of there.
She was just there.
Well, she was there to glue the family back together. I guess.
Yeah.
Father.
And like, I guess they show that the dad actually does care and whatever. I guess he's not just some like dope.
Yeah, I did like how the dad was caring. Yeah.
So wait, he just went from. He took the chick's sister. Like his wife died, and he just was like, "I'm gonna marry your sister."
I guess,
the family
I guess.
When you were born or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
So.
And they all knew the mom. They were like, "Oh."
I guess I wasn't clear on the timeline too. How long did the mom die? Like, how long ago was it?
I said it was like 4 years.
Okay, that's good. So she wasn't like pregnant while the mom was alive or some shit.
No.
I feel like the timeline in the beginning with like when the mom died versus when like.
Yeah, I think it was 4 years or something.
Yeah.
Before the events of this story go down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 4 years after, I think. After
because there's a fire,
and then
like,
and then it was like 2 years, and then it said 4 years.
Yep.
Looks like somebody's caught in the fire right now.
The hospital's on fire.
Okay, why did mom bust out into flames too? Like, I didn't get that part where she just like busts out into flames, everybody passes out.
Oh,
and then they get captured. I'm like, what's even happening?
How come she has fire abilities in the first place?
Because she was gonna get burned.
Yeah, she was like,
I felt like that was him coping.
Yeah.
Like in his own imagination, like, okay, my mom was able to deal with this because she has fire powers, you know.
Yeah, like she's okay, like it'll be fine.
I totally thought that was in his head, like this whole experience.
I mean, it probably was.
It's like the whole thing's got like dream
tripping,
logic and whatever, you know, where like whatever happened just needed to happen so it could happen, you know. And like, I'm sure there's like a bunch of themes to unpack.
That's what happens when you hit your head with a rock, man. You can't be doing that.
I feel like
everything happens for a reason or whatever.
Like as far as like a number to put to it, I'd say easily an 8, maybe 8.5. I feel like I really like the animation and like putting aside like whatever like parts I was confused at. I mean, just the intro alone with the fire and the fucking smeared like kind of people being all in slow motion, the sound being like normal speed, everything slow,
those guys.
And it's all just fucking nuts. Like that alone was like some top tier shit for me. And then the rest of the movie was like cool and it was like just trippy and like entertaining. It did go on a little bit long, but yeah, I enjoyed myself. I don't know if I necessarily feel like anything profound after, but like it was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I give it the number rated.
8.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say an 8 too, because it was like pretty good. It got you kind of thinking, but it was a little confusing. And I did like the beginning of the animation.
I'll also give it an 8. You know,
Nice.
I was gonna
Yeah,
give it to
classic,
7, but you know, you guys talked me up.
I mean,
I
Some
wouldn't watch it
discussion.
again, but
Yeah, same. But
honestly,
you
that
talked
could be
me
like,
up.
you know, like one of
Yeah.
those like kind
It's
of
one of
things you
those-
put on the background for ambiance or whatever. Because
Yeah,
there's a lot of
for
just,
sure. And it's beautiful. Yeah,
It got
it
you
was beautiful.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like a moving painting kind of put on in the background.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Which is
Very
cool.
colorful. A lot was happening.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It was entertaining
out of
and
the
stuff.
box.
I mean,
yeah,
Yeah,
birds
different.
and babies and blacks. Whole lot of stuff.
I feel like
happened.
it's
Yeah.
like that's like the studio
Coming
that
of
makes
age
shit for
film.
like younger kids, right? That's like a.
Is
right?
that what that was?
Well, I don't know.
you
I
tell me.
feel like based on that and
Maybe.
Spirited Away
They put the
and
kids
Yeah,
in
for
it.
sure.
Neighbor
Yep, yep.
Totoro or whatever. I feel
Yep.
like it's all these
Yeah.
kids going on these adventures, even stuff like the blocks and whatever. That's like a
That's
kids
it,
game
yep.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit
true.
and whatever. And it's like this sort of yeah, I don't know. So I mean that taking that for granted there, that it's like kind of probably a kids movie. I thought it was really fun. It was
Like, how would a kid pull out half the crap I just pulled out of that? I
I
wonder.
don't know.
Yeah, but
Maybe they just
that's
go on an adventure.
subliminally,
Yeah, they're just like,
Yeah,
now
it's
they're
like-
I love it.
Yeah,
It's
the
like
Einstein movie.
something for the parents and shit, and then they can like as they reapproach it when they're older, they can
Yeah.
be like, oh, I see more now.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Genius.
I get it.
I guess
more.
it's like a movie to try and teach kids to accept their step parents after their parents
yeah,
die.
like the loss
That's
of
like
the
the-
parent. Yeah.
And like that's I don't know, just don't cry when your birds escape or whatever the fuck. It's
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
your
deep
birds are
themes.
Rather
evil
lesson.
anyways,
Yep,
who
yeah.
Deep
cares?
themes.
Birds
You know, and then
fucking
they were all
suck.
shitting all
Don't
over
trust
him at
birds.
the end.
It's
Ew,
like-
Oh yeah,
that
there was a whole lot of
They
that.
could have taken that away.
I appreciate the fact that the commitment to realism there.
Yeah,
Parents
that's
shitting
legit.
everywhere.
Like you fuck with birds, you're gonna get shit on.
Oh my
Like
god.
That was a theme throughout the movie.
that
Almost.
was,
Yeah.
Because the Heron was like shitting all over the kid, and although he's kind of like he was a fucking piece of shit too. Like he was like threatening him, being like, "Oh, help me out" and stuff. That was funny.
That was never
Yeah.
explained though. We never knew that. What was he, just a troll inside
I
of a
don't
bird?
know.
Or
I don't know.
Some whatever
Yeah.
the rules were
Yeah,
for the
I-
thing. It's
okay,
like
okay.
the dream
Like
logic
some
where
sort
it's
of-
like, oh yeah, you know, whatever. The fucking feather, I'll tear the feather. Oh, the feather is teared now and whatever.
Maybe it's like a Japanese culture like
Yeah.
thing that
Yeah,
we don't,
yeah,
that we don't
yeah. You know, when you have a
Yeah.
feather of a bird, then it
Yeah.
means that you
some
control the bird.
Number
Cultural
7.
shit, like
Yeah, duh.
you know, whatever it is with herons and stuff. It's like how there's like the lucky foxes and shit. or
That- yep,
whatever.
that sounds
yeah,
legit.
So it could be like a
Yep,
thing.
that sounds legit.
Maybe.
Well, I have no idea. So
Solid 8 though.
put it in the comments
Yeah,
if you know
maybe.
anything.
Like and
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah, and A-list.
Smash
Hashtag
that.
A-list.
AMC.
Yeah.
Hashtag AMC A-list.
Hey, if listeners, if you can go to City Walk, check out the Toothsome Chocolatier Emporium.
And then go
whatever
see
the hell
Willy
it is. The
Wonka.
Wonka fucking shit.
Willy Wonka did not pay for this ad
No.
yet.
No, not yet.
He hasn't paid yet, but I think it's coming. Your
doing
here's
that.
Timothy Chalamet.
This one's
Yeah.
on spec, Chalamet. You get this one for free.
And then put that in the comments how it tastes, because I won't be going there probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, we out.